So while Steve is out of town, he asked me to coat some of the false ribs. And there's the way the manual tells you, and then there's the way we do it. And I don't know which one is right, but follow the manual. I'm just going to give you a view of the way that we do it. These are the false ribs that come in the kit. And maybe it might be easier for you. We don't recommend anything we do, but it is just something that we do. So first thing you want to do is get them out of their package, of course. Pop those puppies out of there. Then you want to get pick one of them and grab the you got to steal the Sharpie from Steve that he stole, and then find a decent part in there with a decent piece of meat all the way around it, so somewhere in that vicinity, so you're equal distance to all three of these areas, so you're not weakening this false rib. Apparently it seems to matter even though it's not even a real rib. Alright, so then what I do is I actually pull gloves off and get a small stack of them. It'll go a little quicker. Like that, and then grab a couple more. Put those all together. And this is actually the surface you want to match up here. Sometimes these are longer, sometimes these are longer and shorter, so those aren't the really important surfaces that you want to mate up. So once you get to there, here I'm using a number 30 1/8" bit, and turn that puppy on, keep those straight. Now, if you're not comfortable with doing that many at a time, then definitely don't. You want to make sure that hole stays centered all the way and you don't move it. So what I'll do is I'll take that last one, put that one on top of the rest of these because this one hasn't been drilled all the way through. Pull that or put it onto the top of that guy there. Move these over. And there's my guide right there. There's that, and we'll just do half of the stack right now to show you. Grab these guys, grab your gloves, come on over here, and just in case we're not using the brand of varnish we're supposed to be using, I'm going to turn those puppies around. Grab these here, put some gloves on. Alrighty, the kit says the manual says to use a 2-part varnish. So what we do here, grab these, dip them in, take the brush, smear that up over the top, take the bottom, smear it up over the bottom, cover your edges. Cover your fingers with your gloved hand there so you don't get the end. Reason why is this is a lot easier to coat them here now before we High-Sol them onto the wing so that we're not dripping the material all over the spar, and it's just less cleanup. We keep that clean, High-Sol that, and then we'll end up putting the whatever left is exposed, we'll come back and just touch that up with a small brush later at the end. Then from there, we take these and we put them on this Christmas tree here by taking them and sliding them on through that hole, and their own weight holds them. And that is an easy way to get them to hold up in the air without touching or laying down on something. I'm sure there's easier ways to do it or better ways. If you guys have a better way, mention it in the comments. All right. So what we're doing here is installing these braces where the fuel tank covers will go and mount up to it, but also strengthen it for the, actually this won't be the fuel tank covers, will it? Yes, it will be. These will be the fuel tank covers. So they'll bolt, the lids will then bolt into there, but also help strengthen that outside rib. So we did it on a couple of them here, but we just take the High-Sol and just, again, this is not something you normally do on one of your projects. This is just something that we do, and we'll just lay that High-Sol down in there. along the underside of that rib, which I need to cut this up a little more open. All right, so here we go. We're laying that in there. And then on the back side of where the rivets will go, we already roughened this up with sandpaper. I try and let these be a little bit proud, a little bit tall. The beads more round if I can. That way they squeeze better. Squish out. That's a technical term. Alrighty. Then I grab a rivet that fits in there. Bring it in from the side. And then line that rivet up. So I put the flange of the rivet on the wood side so it doesn't suck through the wood. And anytime you're riveting through wood, we use aluminum rivets so you don't damage the wood. Drill that in there and that'll hold that in place. And then I just insert all the other rivets so that at least I know the holes will all line up. It's a little tougher to get in the gun. Sometimes the rivet gets pushed apart, but that's the price you pay for making sure they're all lined up. And you can see in this spot right here, the Hysol touched the wall a little sooner than I would have liked, but we'll clean that up with alcohol. All right, that's that one. And I start from the center, it's a good pattern, and move your way out. Just popping these rivets in. Some of you might want to know what size they are. I use the size that fits. Whatever passes through that wood is aluminum, is long enough. That's the size we use. So if you get a bunch of random rivets at the end of the day that you forgot what bag they go in or whatever, just test fit them and see if they work. All right, now we'll just clean that up with alcohol. Another little trick is just get a regular, we buy alcohol by the gallon, get a little, this is a Walgreens one, drill a tiny little hole in the top, and then you don't waste all the alcohol trying to dip it every time, and you only get the amount out that you need. Whoop. And for our OCD friends, yes, there is some little pieces of it in there. Not going to be a big deal for us, but I get it if you want to get it perfect. All right, that's that.
Okay.